What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Smackdown review. We started off with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn coming out to the ring. We then have a short recap of the Kevin Owens-Randy Orton match from last week. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continue to run their mouths in the ring. They're calling Randy Orton the McMahon puppet. Sami Zayn rolls out to ringside and starts giving definitions of the different parts of the ring. When he gets up to the ramp, Randy Orton comes out from behind and gives an RKO to Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn stands on the ramp shocked as Shane McMahon's music hits. He comes out and says at Clash of Champions there'll be a tag team match with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton and a partner of his choosing. He then sets up a match for tonight with Sami Zayn and Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens will be handcuffed at ringside. We then have a backstage segment where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are bitching about their match tonight, and Kevin Owens says, "I have this solved. I'm going to go talk to Daniel Bryan," and he walks off. Which brings us to our first match, Rusev and Aiden English versus The New Day. Rusev and English take turns beating up on Kofi Kingston. Then Big E tags in and gives a flurry of suplexes to Aiden English. Both Kofi Kingston and Rusev tag back in. Rusev was able to knock Kofi Kingston off from the top rope and give Kofi a super kick for the pin. We then have the Bludgeon Brothers versus a pair of jobbers. Do I really need to get into who won this match? It was basically a squash match. Bludgeon Brothers won. We find out backstage that the Bobby Roode Baron Corbin U.S. title match at Clash of Champions is now going to be a triple threat match with Dolph Ziggler added to it. Why, I don't know. I mean, I know why. That way Dolph can eat the pin and both Roode and Corbin can stay strong in this match. But why Ziggler? Just sweep him sweep him out. He's done. Anyways, we come to our next match. Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode in a non-title match. Dolph Ziggler's at the announcer's table. Predict what's getting ready to happen here. It was kind of a short match. There was a bit of back and forth between Roode and Corbin. Dolph Ziggler interjected himself into the match, which ended up in a disqualification. He gave zigzags to both Roode and Baron Corbin. We then have another recap, AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal, which brings us to our next match, Tamina versus Charlotte Flair. Carmella, Natalya, and Lana are sitting at ringside. Charlotte and Tamina traded shots back and forth to each other. Tamina took over by ramming Charlotte into the turnbuckles. Tamina was able to dominate through most of the match, but Charlotte with Flair was able to come back, get the figure 8 on Tamina for the submission. After the match, Natalya, Lana, and Carmella get up onto the ring apron. Natalya is talking about how she's going to beat Charlotte at Clash of Champions. Then the Riot Squad comes out, and they start a fight between the three other ladies, and their match at Clash of Champions is going to be a lumberjack match. This here, once again, was just another shot at getting all the women on the show at one time. We then come to our main event, Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, with Kevin Owens handcuffed at ringside. Before the match, Kevin Owens is protesting to Daniel Bryan that he doesn't want to do this. Daniel Bryan says if you don't, you will be suspended. Reluctantly, Kevin Owens allows himself to get handcuffed. Our match starts. Randy Orton immediately takes it to Sami Zayn. Out at ringside, Randy Orton drops Sami Zayn onto the announcer's table. Shortly afterwards, Sami Zayn fights back. Zayn was able to get some bolt cutters from under the mat, because why else would there be bolt cutters there, and tries to free Kevin Owens. Randy Orton stops this, but Kevin Owens was still able to free himself. Sami Zayn goes for a haluva kick, but misses. Orton rolls up Sami Zayn and gets the pin. After the match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attack Randy Orton. Then Shinsuke Nakamura comes out for the save and clears house. Both Orton and Sami Zayn give the RKO and Kinshasa, respectively, to both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Backstage, Shane McMahon tells Daniel Bryan about the stipulation for the tag match, that Shane McMahon is going to be the special referee, and if Owens and Zayn lose, they will be fired from the WWE. Yay! They then cut back to the ring where Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura are standing tall on the turnbuckles. After that, the show goes off the air. I wasn't too impressed with this Smackdown. I think the only good match that happened here was The New Day versus Rusev and Aiden English. The other matches were kind of just really wasn't too impressed. We're still a couple of weeks away from Clash of Champions, and I'm pretty sure some of these matches are either going to flesh themselves out a little more, or other stipulations are going to be added. But as it sits right now, I'm looking at this pay-per-view as not being all that spectacular. But that'll do it for this episode of Smackdown Review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Smackdown, or what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.